It is day 144. Now it seems like the video from yesterday just kind of ended without any kind of resolve, and it did. But there's reasoning behind that, because my buddy Billy did show up. We were in the midst of a tornado craziness and rain and weather and whatnot, and I haven't seen Billy since he was at our show when we played Atlanta, like right Thanksgiving, Wednesday before Thanksgiving in 18. So it's been a minute, and then of course before that it's been even longer since I've seen him. So we talked and yapped and caught up, and it's you know, when you haven't seen someone in several years, you got a whole lot of catching up to do. So that being said, we did shoot a little bit of video with him, and I'll probably put that on today's video just because it was getting really late. Corinne had to go to work at she has to be at work at 12 today, and he had to get back to Georgia. So I don't know, I just didn't really want to stay up till like 3 in the morning to do it, so we didn't. Yeah, so today we have a little bit of sun somewhere. There it is. And I need to kind of look at this roof and try to figure out why it's still leaking. Because it's just, this whole past couple days of just torrential downpours is absolutely just, I mean, now it's got a pretty easy shot to get right to that spot, and it's just going to continue to do it. So I need to figure that out. And I say I need to figure it out because there's no way on earth I'm going to figure that out. Because I've been messing with this. It was a bad design to begin with. I think this house was like one house, and then they did add-ons, and they did another add-on, another add-on. And whenever you do add-ons and you don't properly do like engineer a good like roof, it's really hard to get it, you know, get it right. And so the design of it, like, I think if you know that you're going to have that kind of a V roof shape, you know, you make plans in advance when you're building the house to make it right and do it like, you know, how it's supposed to be done. Well, since they add all this stuff after the fact, you can't really go back and do it easily. And if they did, they didn't do it well. So I've just got to figure out how on earth I can, you know, fix something that they should have fixed at the beginning without redoing everything. So I'm gonna go get up there and look at it and see, you know, and I'll show you maybe if I get up there what's going on. Okay, so I've changed some clothes, got my girts on, and I'm gonna go check out what's going on up here. Okay, so here's what we got. This is the rubber thing here, and it kind of bellies, I think, where that white spot is. Get down one step, and then spinning around. See, the white spots are probably where it's leaking. So this stuff, they didn't have this rubber membrane back in, you know, 1950. So this is where the two houses, like, I think this part was an existing house and they added this part on because this is a load-bearing wall. And why would they, see, that's where the roof line was, and that makes sense. But why wouldn't you put the load-bearing wall here, which is where the trough is, unless it was an addition? So I don't know how to fix it, but we're gonna think about it. Okay, so you guys are my muse. If you're here, this is what I would ask you. So I'm wondering if I like stuck the laminate, like the synthetic underwrap, up and kind of pushed it up that way and that way underneath that membrane, and then I get like a, I don't know, like a piece of plywood and cut it maybe, I don't know, foot wide, maybe 2 foot wide, and kind of wedge it up in there to where when the water gets to that spot, it doesn't, because what happens is that membrane, you know, it's flexible. So when water starts running and it puddles a little bit, the water stays there, and the more water comes in, the more it bellies. And when it starts to belly, I think there's a puncture in right around that area, and so instead of continuing to roll out, which it shouldn't be there anyway, but it is there. So this is like a backup plan, I guess. And since it doesn't roll all the way out, it goes to that little belly part that's starting to stretch down, and it become a low point, and then it eventually comes on through. So if I put the underlayment up first and kind of like wedge it up in there, and then I put like the board up, you can't belly but so far. Um, Especially if I put it right next to that rubber membrane. So if I do that and it can't belly, then the water's going to keep on running. And if it keeps on running all the way out the roof, it doesn't matter because I've got the shingles and underlayment. So, because this is under the cricket that's on the roof. So it still shouldn't be underneath the cricket, but then again, the entire roof is not done. This in here leaked like a sieve, even with all the shingles up there done and all this valley done. But because I didn't have a roof cap on it, it was somehow getting behind the shingles. So until the roof is done, like everything's got shingles on it, I'm really not going to know, if that cricket is leaking because something's wrong, or if it's just because I don't have the shingles on the back and stuff like that. So that could be that. So this might be a temporary fix to keep it from getting any worse. Finish all the shingles on the roof, and if at that point in time it's still leaking in here or still running on this cricket part, something's definitely wrong. So, and I think maybe at that point we just dump 15 grand into a roof, and that's why I haven't done it, because it's 15 grand. I mean, to do it proper, deal o' day, maybe 10 grand, because it's steep. There's lots of valleys and stuff like that. So, and that's assuming that's all they do is just pull it and put it back on. So if they pull stuff and find problems, then it's just bad news bears. So I don't know. I'm just kind of, it's not that I don't want to spend that. It's just I don't have that to spend. I do not have an extra 15 grand laying around that I could pay it to do it. And since some of y'all may not know what a cricket is, because I didn't know what a cricket was. I knew like this thing that goes like, I knew what it was. I didn't know what it was called. And I asked one of my builder friends at one point in time, what a cricket was, or what that's called, and he said a cricket. So I'm going to show you, maybe, if I've got them on my phone, like right here, what it looked like originally when I first started. What it looked like when I cleaned it up. My first cricket, which was not really steep enough, and I also had some help that act like they knew what they were doing and talk like they knew what they were doing, but it was just a hot mess, and it involved a lot of silicone, and I was like, this is not how it's supposed to be done. And then I went back and then changed all that and made a second cricket by myself, which was a nightmare. And I got some pictures from that too. And then kind of how I put it back, and then what it looks like, you know, when I got done. So, but yeah, that membrane is what the problem is, because it's got holes in it. It's been patched multiple times. I even tried to patch it sometimes because I didn't really want to have to really do all that kind of stuff, and the patches didn't work. And I tried everything from using the screen mesh with the like goopy stuff to like the caulky stuff. I mean, I tried everything. Nothing works with water. It's like you got to. I mean, you know, try to make a bowl out of duct tape. I mean, to make it 100% waterproof, it's not going to happen. So there's always, water's always going to find a way. So anyway, so that's why I had to do the Cricut in the first place. So that's what that is. Like I said, I'm going to try to put the pictures here so you can see what I'm talking about. And yeah, so that's what it is. Update time. What did I do to fix it? I don't know that I fixed it. But I put this synthetic stuff, kind of crammed it up that side and then up that side and kind of push it all the way back that way and then forward that way. Then I cut some 3/4 cedar siding stuff and at kind of an angle, and I, after an valiant effort, got it up in this way and then got it up in that way. So I'll kind of show you. Is it going to work? I don't know, but I'm not finishing this part right now, so if nothing else, it'll rain between now and the time I get to it. So if it doesn't leak between now and then, I'm good. If it does, then well, I need to do something different. Put that up like that. Sawed that off. So how's it gonna work? I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. It's good because, like I said, we're not finishing this part right now, so it really doesn't matter anyway. Well, I had to lose this sweatshirt because it is hot. It's like, I don't know, 78 something. So yeah, it was getting really warm. My hat was all getting gross and sweaty, and had to come get the snowman. Who's intently watching something fly around. I think it's a stink bug or fly. I'm not sure. Anywho, so yes, I'm just gonna, I don't know, I didn't want him sitting in a cage all day because he has sitting in a cage all day all the time anyway. So I thought maybe I'll kind of jump over and maybe get some more insulation up, maybe get some more wires done. Not really sure yet. Like I said, I think I've got the roof kind of at least at a point where I can see if it's going to still leak. Because it didn't look like a big hole. I mean, the amount of water on the floor, like it was like some giant like chasm, but it's not. But then you got an area like I can see daylight around that chimney right now. Excuse me, burps on the film. Burps on the film. But it ain't leaking. I mean, I can see daylight, clear as a bell, but no leaks. I don't know. Weird. So, anyway, I'm gonna get on that. It's about 7 o'clock, and I got that done today. And I got some insulation up. Also got some more wiring done from there down to there. Not a lot, but that up there kind of messed me up. So I might call it here because I think he's already took himself poop. Not in here, but he was like, I gotta go. So he went poop. And he's hungry probably now, so because he's getting kind of mealy. But yeah, so not too bad of a day. Alright, so I decided what I'll do is I'm going to end the video here, and then I'm going to make a separate video with the conversations with Billy, not because of any reason other than the fact that this video is going to be like 50 minutes long if I do this, so I ain't trying to do all that right now. So I'm going to do a second video which is just that, and it will have an NSFVQR warning, whatever the heck that is. There's cussing, and it's rock and roll stories, so it's kind of off color. No, that's what word I'm looking for. I don't know, but it's not something I want my mom to watch. No stories about me, but still, I don't know if she'd get into it. But anyway, I'll put that separate with a little warning on it. So if you're you want to see what it's like, or hear some stories about what happens on the road or what happened on the road, some of which I didn't even know about, check that out. I'll put the link in the description just so that way, if I can. Anyway, thanks for watching Day 144.